Now we will read the translation and some of the interpretation from this Oriental writer on the Tao Te Ching, and we will see how that compares with the others you have heard before. This one says, the Tao that can be spoken of is not the Tao itself. The name that can be given is not the name itself. The unnameable is the source of the universe. The nameable is the originator of all things. Therefore, oftentimes without intention, I see the wonder of Tao. Oftentimes with intention, I see its manifestations. Its wonder and its manifestations are one and the same. Since their emergence, they have been called by different names. Their identity is called the mystery. From mystery to further mystery, the entry of all wonders. Now you'll notice slightly differences in the translation there, especially the word universe. And he has a fairly long footnote on just that idea. Now, I'm going to mention that in the commentary that follows that reading, which is quite long in this one, he parallels much of this with Buddhism and the Dharma I, for example, and he goes through some other things about it. But what I'm interested in telling you in this particular one is that he quotes Martin Heidegger from his book called Discourse on Thinking. Now, I will read you what Martin Heidegger says here, because this will give you an idea of why the language of the I Ching, in fact, its question about language itself, came to be so important to Martin Heidegger. And you will notice right away some of that. Now, it may not be that understandable because Heidegger's wording is a language game like the Tao Te Ching is a language game. So he says, the key word of Lao Tse's poetic thinking is Tao, which, properly speaking, means way. But because we are prone to think of way superficially as a stretch connecting two places, our word way has all too ravishly been considered unfit to name what the Tao says. Tao is then translated as reason, mind, raison, meaning logos. Perhaps the mystery of mysteries of thoughtful saying conceals itself in the word way. Tao, if only we will let these names return to what they leave unspoken, if only we are capable of this, to allow them to do so. Now, you notice there, you notice what he's talking about, how habitually we have a Western way of thinking about the way, and how he says that is not the proper way to know the way. And what he calls it also is reason, mind, raison, meaning logos. Now, you, of course, know in the Bible, the word logos is used in the book of John, the very first verse, in the beginning, and so on. Now, in that, what is identified as the word? It's identified as the logos. Now, what Heidegger is doing here, he is putting the logos and the Tao together. That is something that gives one pause to think.